Practice makes progress. I don't believe in perfect. We're always growing and changing and learning new things and getting better at other things, but I wanted to challenge myself to level up. I have been intently sculpting every day for 100 days. Let's talk about it. So for this challenge, I started July 24th, which seems so long ago, and I finished November 1st. Honestly, one of the hardest things was consistency. Every day, no matter what else I had to do, I needed to sculpt. Sometimes I only had 15 minutes while in the car. Sometimes I had 4 hours while lounging and listening to my favorite podcast or a movie or something. But no matter what, I always made something. What I did forget to do was post every single day. So sometimes I would have to post or share like 3 in a day from the last couple days. But I did make sure that there were 100 posts for 100 days. And by posts, I mean Instagram stories. Before I show you what I made, I want to take a quick moment and talk about the impact I think this challenge had on me. So I have seen improvement, and I think the places I've seen the most improvement is number 1 in my profile work. So trying out different styles of profiles, something more like realistic human, a more anime style, chibi, like all kinds of things. I feel like I had been doing pretty good from the front, but I feel like I have really grown in how my profiles look, and I'm really happy with the progress. And on that note, I also have been working on doing a bit more semi-real. Now, realism isn't my absolute favorite. It's just not my style at all. I like cute things, and I mean, people are cute, but I mean, dolls are cuter, so, you know. But I did challenge myself to practice more realistic and semi-realistic sculpting in this time, and that was a lot of fun. I've also gotten a lot faster at jointing speed. I only jointed a few dolls during this, or like made a few sets of joints, but they turned out pretty good. And then it was a lot of fun to try different jointing systems and experiment, and I feel like I've gotten pretty quick at it now. One thing that I did during this challenge that I'd never actually done before is textures like hair or fabric and stuff like that. You're going to see a bunch of different textures. Fur is another one when I show you everything I made. And it was really fun to try and recreate this using clay and like digital clay. And then something else I improved at is lips and noses. I spent a lot of time paying really close attention to the curves of the nose and how they lay, and trying different shapes of noses. You'll see a lot of variety of noses. I also have to say the most fun things I worked on were faces and bodies. Obviously, I also make multiple male bodies in this challenge, which is, again, a challenge to me. The whole point was to try new things and make things that I wouldn't necessarily make all the time. And yeah, male bodies was one of those things, but I feel like my first male body to my last one, there's definite improvement. And then also minifigures. So because I always made dolls, I never really bothered with like little characters or little guys. And I made multiple during the course of this video and this challenge, and it was a lot of fun, and it was really fun to just make a whole encapsulated little character instead of just, well, not just a BJD, but BJDs are kind of like the base to build a character in like physical space, but it was fun to make the whole little character encapsulated digitally. I had a good time with that. So we're gonna go through everything I made in these 100 days in just a minute. But first I wanted to talk about some goals and giveaways. So basically how it's going to work is there are different giveaways unlocked by different goals. So let's go over the goal. The first goal is 1K subs on Teenier Tinkers. This is my second channel. It's where my chatty stuff is. It's where my unboxings live. If we hit that, the giveaway prize for that one is going to be a 3D printed teeny tiny of the winner's choice, except for Aria and Bowie because I lost to their STL files. My second goal is 10,000 on TikTok. And the prize for this is a blank Luna in the Blossom Pink color. And of course, the main goal, the big one, is 10K on this channel, Teeny Tinkers. So if you're not already subscribed, it's a good time. And I had so much fun with the prize last time that the prize for this one is again another one-of-a-kind full set. If we hit all 3 goals by the end of this year, I'm going to add bonus prizes in, so definitely worth trying. We can totally do this. Okay, thanks so much for putting up with the silliness, and let's get into the things I made. These are going to be a little bit rapid fire because, again, there's 100 things and I don't need this to be a feature-length film. We're just gonna kind of rapid fire through these, so let's get started. Okay, so the first make was this little head. Super cute, super simple, very childlike, very like on brand for me, I think. Nothing unexpected for a day one sculpt. I do really like how the ears came out on this one though. I was quite happy with that. I think this versus the last day, which I also did like a baby face, is going to be like a really fun comparison, but let me know what you think or which one you liked better. All right, this was day 2. Less happy with this one. I do also still like the ears, but I find the face a little bit flat. Like I said, my profile's improved. This is an example of a profile that was not great to start. This was day 3 and it was my first animal I've ever made, and it was this like rat mouse thing. Like I said, I've never sculpted an animal before, so this was super cool and definitely inspired me to try more animals throughout this process. Okay, this is my first torso. Obviously, it's a disembodied torso, a little weird, but this was a quick sculpt. I think this one took me about 25 minutes, and it was just kind of like a practice in using the mirror. I didn't ever really sculpt using mirrored objects, and there were some challenges around that about like realigning for symmetry and stuff, but it was a good learning experience and it was something that I carry through. This was day 4. I'm gonna lose count of the days, and this is a sweet little cow. Very Belle and Hanu inspired, but make it baby. And the little horns, like Belle and Hanu didn't have little horns. This guy has little horns. I think she might be a really cute teeny tiny one day. I hope to revisit her because I love cows and I would love to have some form of a cow doll. Okay, so this was my first attempt at what I would call an object head. Obviously, it's partially people face. I don't love the profile of it, especially with the way the flowers come. It makes the forehead look too sloped. I think I would have to pull the flowers forward and figure out a way to do that. It wouldn't be too difficult, but also printing this and cleaning it would be a nightmare. So I think this one's going to stay in Nomad Sculpt. I don't think I could bring this into the real world, but it was cool. Okay, this is a super quick one. This was a obviously plate of macaroons. This was day 8 and it was my first attempt at a body. Then I had this Elegoo Saturn. This was really fun and I have one in my diorama now. That's basically why I made it, if I'm gonna be really real about that. This was a super fast one, just a black cat. Didn't love it, honestly. I was feeling Halloween-y, but this was my first go at shoes. I actually corrupted this STL file. I'm really bummed about it. I'm gonna resculpt these though, because I love these. Tamagotchi. Again, doing some more objects and props, and this is such a fun one. I had these when I was a kid. And then something I use all the time, my actual camera, this is a Canon DSLR. I now have a tiny one in my diorama as well, but this is a super fun one. This is my first character. So this was my first fully encapsulated, sculptulated character. Going back to the 90s, some pony beads, early 2000s, a fish tank. This is, again, something that is just going to live in Nomad Sculpt because this would not work printed, if that makes sense. Like it would just kind of like fall apart. I don't know. Okay, day 17. This was my first attempt at a more masculine head, and check out the nose bridge. Like this is what I mean about trying out new nose types, and I really like this nose. Day 18 is a head. I don't like the face. I do not like this one. And then my first attempt at hair. Don't particularly love it either. Okay, this one is 3 days worth. This is an Anya Forger. And again, this is my first foray into really sculpting clothing and sculpting fabrics and other textures. And it was a lot of fun. So it was a learning experience for sure. This is my emotional support water bottle. I have this water bottle. I carry it everywhere. This is a dragon face. I want to do a dragon doll at some point. I keep kind of coming and going on it, but okay, day 24. I did 2 heads. Sometimes I do 1, sometimes I do 2. I was feeling a little more ambitious this day. And I am starting to really play into emoting faces. All right, we're at day 25 already, and this is a cat girl. Cats are something like Neko girls are something I think are really cute, and I also want to do one day. It didn't look super cat without the paint job, and it wasn't my favorite. Okay, that was a bunch of heads, so I got back into props, and this was kind of a room build, but there's wooden floorboards, there are electric outlets, there's a light switch, like it's a full little room. Like you could print this and paint this. And of course the room needed some furniture, so I made a couch and a table, super basic, like cube table. Another animal, so this was a lamb. I made both the smooth lamb and then the fuzzy head. Then I made this face. I love this face. I think she is so sweet. Profile could use a little work, but I think she's really, really cute. She's a human. I don't sculpt humans often, so this was nice. Did this like lighting thing. Don't love it. Yeah. Another character I made. She's just cute. Little girl in a raincoat. Really fun to make. Don't like this head. This is like, I think, the worst head of the challenge. Okay, so day 34, and I made sneaker feet. So these are basically like replacement BJD feet. Day 35 was literally my logo. I was like, I should try and make like a text stamp or something. Okay, this was a male body I did. Again, mostly just torso, tops of the legs. This one took me the longest of all the male body sculpts I did, just for the fact that I have not really sculpted male bodies before, so it was a lot of learning new things. So I think I did okay though. Okay, day 37 is another random head. Kind of like the other ones, but not as cute in my opinion, but not terrible. I do like the nose swoop. Day 38 is a chubby female body. I really love the back rolls on this one and the way the arms kind of are like pudged out, like so they're not completely flat. She doesn't have skinny little arms. Day 39, I did a posed leg. So I sculpted legs many, many times, but I was like, let me just try doing like a posed leg. Okay, so this one was just kind of a head and shoulders, knees, and toes. No, head and hair and torso. Again, practicing fabric with clothing, practicing hair. Okay, this one was just for fun. Again, I was born in the 90s, and Digimon, Pokemon, all of that was very close to my childhood. This was 3 heads, but realistically, I sculpted the baby version of the head, and then I made like, it was almost like doing an age progression by practicing doing the same head and adjusting the features in a way that indicates age. So obviously the baby is gonna have bigger eyes, the eyes are lower set, closer to the nose, mouth is smaller and up towards like poutier, I guess, and chubbier cheeks. And then I also made the ears really big because like, I think in my head, ears are something that my creatures, like in my world, my dolls, grow into. So the ears are kind of like big when they're babies and get smaller as they get bigger. Another animal, so I made a kitten, and like their fur is 3D sculpted, and it turned out really cute. Okay, and then this was a speed run at sculpting Polly. It looks nothing like Polly. I was not happy with this. This one is like, feels like it needs explanation, but this is just like a bubblehead guy. He's on TikTok, and day 46 is 3 heads, and they're okay. They're a little bit flatter profiled than I like, but that was kind of the style. I was going for something a little more cartoony, but there is some little friends, some little round buddies, just cuteness. Hand practice. I only did this a couple times. Sculpting hands is a pain in the butt, but it's good to practice. They're a lot harder than you'd think, but. And here's a body I did for day 49. I did put a bathing suit on her because TikTok was coming for me for a while for having naked bodies. They still come for me, so now I have to like put bathing suits on everything, so. Day 50, I did just a realistic eye base. After this, I did go and add a stem to the back so that it's easier to adjust the shape of the eye. So, okay, so day 51, I did a shelf full of random things. There's books, there's like little figures. Just day 52 is just like these weird little dudes. Just weird little dudes, and there's a bunch of them. Day 53 is just another like dragon head attempt. I like this one better than the last one. And day 54 is a foot, literally just foot practice. The Achilles heel is crooked, but you know, besides that, it's okay. Okay, day 55 is this wildly buff deer lady. I weirdly like her. I don't know that she's like aesthetically pleasing to everybody, but like the idea of a super buff deer woman is so funny to me. Day 56 is another nose I really like, and then a sleepy mature elf. Again, semi-realistic, but make it fantasy. Day 57 is a pregnant torso, just practicing different body shapes and styles of sculpting. I have another masculine leaning face with another like interesting nose that isn't just the swoop nose I usually do. And then I have kind of inspired by the hamster dance. I was like, okay, this is if the hamster dance was like a sculpt, I guess. Okay, here's another male torso I did. I like this one a lot, and I put jeans on it because I wanted to practice jeans and I didn't feel like sculpting legs. Another profile I really like, very much like the other one I did, but an elf, I guess. Sharper features, but I really like this one too. I think she came out so cute. All right, this is the clip I had for this one. I don't know why I don't have a normal clip, but I basically made shoes. I did actually make quite a few different styles of shoes. This was a whole like sandal, like a wedge sandal, but I made some shoe bases I didn't show during this. And I made a couple different like sculpts of shoes to try and print with flexible resin. It did not work as well as I wanted it to, and it was very expensive resin, so I will not be purchasing it again. Instead, I'm going to focus on resin shoes that don't need flexible resin, and then also on shoe bases that can be made into shoes. So that's basically where I ended on this. This particular shoe tends to work okay, but it's not, the top is not very stretchy, so, you know. All right, we have another head. Again, another kind of like dragon-y themed, this time with like longer like ear. These were some soft boy faces. So I was thinking so much about Edgar and Raven and Edgar, and Raven has been resculpted, but Edgar obviously hasn't. So this was my first like kind of foray, I've said foray how many times? Into soft male faces. There are obviously 3 variants. The middle one is my favorite. He is the softest, sweetest. The one on the right is a little crankier looking. They're all cute though, but the middle one had my heart. So then I did an egg chair. The quality is not great on this. Okay, like it was fun to try, but it's not good. It was like a 20-minute sculpt. It's not good. This was another attempt at a cat girl, but like hairless, make it hairless cat. And I like this one better than the first cat girl. I like the way the ears are. I like the way the nose is. It's very cat, very much like Soleil's nose, very, very cat. Then I spent some time trying to joint a male torso and like trying to mod it onto the petite body. Then again, another chunky body with like softer features, very like, yeah, so. And then balloons. This was a 15-minute sculpt. Like this was a very basic sculpt, guys. Like there's just a lot of them. A lamp, again, another super basic sculpt. I think this was like, I had a trip that weekend or something, and it was like, I have 10 minutes in the car. Like, this one I had more time, and like, I love her. Like, I just love her so much, and I love her tail, and I love the whole idea. She's like, almost reminds me of the creature from Splice, if that makes sense. Like, I really liked how she came out. Okay. This is one of my favorite things I did. I re-sculpted Soda Pop because I've mentioned before, like I love Soda Pop and I love all her features. I love the new head. Like I haven't printed it yet, so I need to try that one day, but I really liked this. And then while I was at it, I was like, let me also re-sculpt Hollow because I didn't sculpt Hollow's initial version. So I wanted to be like, okay, well, what if I sculpt it? And the eyes are a bit bigger than I would like, but I like this a lot. I don't know how you guys feel about it compared to Hollow's V1, but I think it's super cute. And then this is Polly. Okay, so I re-sculpted Polly. Her nose, some people have told me to put her nose is higher in the original, but I'm very aware, but I actually think I like it better lower, but let me know what you think in the comments. And then this is my first go with a body for them, and I'm not mad. Like, I really want to maintain the chunkiness of Hollow. The legs are shorter than Hollow's in comparison to the body, and I'm moving away from a YoSD size top because my slim mini body is already very pear, so it's very like slim mini on the bottom, USD on the top, and I want a more even body for her. So again, this isn't quite plus size, but she would be maybe mid-size, and that's basically, it would be my new mid-size body. Then I started getting back into prop making, and I made the IKEA dollhouse. So I just remade it because I also wanted to make all the furniture for it. And yes, these are based on the IKEA furniture packs. These shoes I'm hoping are low enough in the front that I don't need to use a flexible resin, but they have like a beautiful flower pattern on the back, and I want to print them and try them on. Then I made some weird little friends because of course I did. The frog is my favorite, but they're all really cute, I think. Let me know which one's your favorite, but the frog, you know. The weird little naked human is funny too. Then I have a mannequin body, like I thought would be a cute decor piece. This like cat hamburger takeout, and the hat is wearable, so like it should sit right on. I made a bunch of Lego pieces, so like tons of Lego pieces. Then I made a video game setup. This is super fun. This is something I'll probably actually print for my dolls at some point because I think this is super cute and fun. And then I have a semi-realistic head. I got a lot of compliments on this one on Instagram, so thank you to everybody who complimented that one. You know, a finger. I don't love this one. I love the nails. I love the idea of long nails, but yeah. Okay, this is that same head, but I like stylized it. I don't love this, but this is closer to something I would actually like. I made sunglasses. I would love to print these in transparent resin. I think that would be really fun. And then I made this like little craft shelf thing I think would be fun to print for my office. This is the IKEA pegboard. I have one. This was again a practicing body in motion, and she's just curled up. It's just showing her in a curled up position. All of these butterflies are individually sculpted. This was another head and body practice. It's okay. And then I made some friendship bracelets. I made a Teeny Tinker's Polly Pocket. It is empty on the inside. I didn't sculpt out the little world because I feel like it would be more fun to make that after the fact. And then finally for day 100, this was the last like baby face I made. He's crying, he's so cute. And I just like, I love him a lot. I think he came out really, really cute. But okay, that was a lot. It is just over 3 months of sculpting practice for me. If you like any of these, let me know. If you think, like, if you can see any improvement, I would love to hear about that. I always welcome feedback, of course, but, you know, kindly, please. If you're already subscribed, thanks so much for subscribing. If you're new here, I hope you like the content and consider subscribing. As always, I hope you have a fantastic day.